Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. I know that I promised that today I was going to do the Your Honor review. However, they kind of screwed it up and they gave me a mid-season break instead of an episode, and they also extended it to 10 episodes instead of what I originally thought was 8. So it will be coming out in February. Looks like as of right now it'll come out on the 15th of February. So, as promised, I will be doing DCEU on Monday. So and by real quick, I mean it spent 3 hours, and I watched Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice was released in 2016. It was written by Chris Terrio and David S. Goyer and directed by Zack Snyder. So, for those of you who don't know what this is about, essentially, it follows Man of Steel, of course, because it is in the DCEU. And we watched Man of Steel on last Monday, so be sure to go check out that review on the channel. This movie follows that, where it revisits the Battle of Metropolis, and we see it from Batman's perspective as Bruce Wayne. And so we see him, and he's like, oh, wow. And it really does look like Superman is kind of, a terrorist. So I can see why he thinks that. So Batman thinks that Superman is a terrorist. And then he decides he's going to fight him and basically kill him. And in the midst of this, we have Lex Luthor, who's kind of crazy and is trying to, basically pin Batman against Superman and hope that one of them dies. It doesn't really seem like Lex Luthor cares which one dies. He just wants one of them to die. And he's building this giant Galactus thing called Doomsday to take care of the other one. Or so it seems. It's not really explained very well, which I'll get into that right now. What I forgot to mention last video about Man of Steel, the shaky cam in these movies are unbelievably bad. Like, we're trying to watch an action sequence. It's almost like Venom bad. Like, if you've seen Venom, you'll understand it's like dark, so you can't see anything. This, instead of like showing the fight, they're like, oh, camera. And I get it that like it's supposed to seem more real, like a camera guy, but like also no one cares. It's a Superman movie. They know it's not real. So like now you're just making it hard for them to understand and be immersed in the film. It's a bad idea. Shaky cam is almost never a good idea unless you're doing it documentary style or there's like an actual plot reason for there to be shaky cam. This doesn't make sense for there to be shaky cam. It's distracting and obtrusive to our vision and our ability to remain in the film. In terms of plot, I really liked the first half hour of this movie. I liked that we thought that Superman might be a terrorist in terms of Batman's perspective. I enjoyed seeing that and like being like, oh, I can see how he could not like that. The rest of this movie's plot, though, was just awful. Like, it doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of plot holes. There's that whole Flash thing where the Flash kind of like shows up for like 2 seconds and it's like, hey, get Lois. And then like, for what reason? And it's the most confusing thing in the world. And then eventually we get to see Jesse Eisenberg, who, in my opinion, is probably the best part of this movie. I think his portrayal of Lex Luthor was great. I don't know anything about Lex Luthor because I don't follow DC very much. I've heard that it's not exactly good according to the comics, but I enjoyed the character. I don't know what was supposed to be different, but I really enjoyed seeing his performance there. We'll get there. One thing I definitely wanted to mention, and this is slight spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. I mean, it's been out for 4 years, so you probably have. But if you haven't, slight spoilers. When Batman is about to kill Superman, and Superman's like, find Martha! And he's like, why'd you say that name? It's like, why? And like, the reason Batman doesn't kill Superman is because their mothers have the same name. It's as lame as it sounds. It's awful. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's really why? It blew me away at how awful it was. And that's just a lot of the plot points in this movie, though. There's just, like, not solid plot points. There's no good reason why any of this should have happened. I could talk about this movie probably for, like, 3 days straight, just, like, talking about how I really didn't enjoy a lot of it. But I'm going to talk about the acting now, and then I'll probably remind myself of a couple things that I'd like to mention before the video's over. So first of all, Ben Affleck as Batman. So this is the first time Batman is introduced in the DCEU. And I really enjoyed Ben Affleck. I don't think it's Affleck. I think it's Affleck. There's an E there. I really enjoyed his performance. The only other Batman I've seen, I forget who played him, it's escaping my mind right now, but was the original trilogy with Batman Begins, Batman Dark Knight, and then The Dark Knight Rises. I really enjoyed that Batman, but I kind of maybe liked this Batman more in terms of the actor. I really liked the actor. I didn't like the mech suit. I thought that was kind of dumb at the end. The original suit was pretty cool. I liked the cape. I liked how it flowed. I liked how he moved really quickly. It was kind of cool. The physics in this movie were generally better, but not as good as they should be, considering it's a movie about superheroes, but whatever. I really enjoyed the performance. I think it was good. I'm excited to see more of him in the future, but we'll see. Henry Cavill as Superman. So we've seen him in Man of Steel, and I don't think he got any better. I don't think he got any worse. I think he's just the same as he was in Man of Steel. Where, like, yeah, it's Superman. I mean, it can't be very hard to play Superman. You just have to have the ability to look good. And I think that his performance was, I think, it was increased a little bit in terms of his relationship to Lois Lane and how close they got. And, of course, now everyone thinks he's a terrorist, so he's got to be kind of careful. Generally, a pretty good performance, but I don't think it's very difficult. And I'm not saying, it's not difficult. I'm just saying, in comparison to other things, I don't think portraying Superman is super difficult. Amy Adams as Lois Lane. So Lois Lane is great in this film because she's more of a journalist than she was before. She's very much freelanced, but she's got to keep the secret identity of Clark Kent secret, even though he's just wearing glasses. Oh, I hate that. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. And, but whatever. So, I liked her character a lot. I liked how she was always in danger. I enjoyed that. I think it was fine. I think she's a fine love interest, and I'm excited to see more. I'm assuming I'm seeing more, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know how the DCE works. DCEU. They might just, drop characters. Also, spoilers, Superman dies, which kind of confused me, because I know he's in Justice League. But whatever. I will be releasing a Justice League review and a Justice League Snyder Cut review when the Snyder Cut comes out. I heard it's 4 episodes long. I don't know if it comes out weekly or if it's or if they all drop at the same time. If they all drop at the same time, I'll try to binge watch all 4 hours, but it's unlikely. But Justice League will come out the 1st of March, so ideally I'll watch that one and then I'll watch the Snyder Cut. Jesse Eisenberg is Lex Luthor. I think he was the best character in the film. I know I've heard it's not loyal to the comics or whatever, but I enjoyed the performance regardless. For me, in terms of DC, comics aren't my problem. I don't know anything about them. I know a lot about Marvel, but not about DC. So in terms of just watching the movie, I really thought it was a good performance. Whether the portrayal is good to the comics or not, that doesn't really pertain to me, more so than to other fans. So other fans, I'm sorry if you find this offensive, but I really enjoyed Lex Luthor in this movie. I enjoyed Jesse Eisenberg. I think I always generally enjoy Jesse Eisenberg. Later this week, we'll have The Social Network. I'm watching that actually today. I'm really excited. I think he's a good actor in general, and I really enjoyed him in this movie. He's kind of crazy, but he's also super smart. It's complicated. That would be the only redeeming quality of this film, I think, in terms of plot, is I really enjoyed Lex Luthor in general. I think the whole plot to destroy one of the Supermen kind of was dumb, but whatever. We win some, we lose some here. We have Gal Gadot. It is not Godot. It is Gal Gadot. She's Russian, so it's Gal Gadot. But she plays Wonder Woman barely. They kind of just introduced her just so that they can introduce her before her movie, which we didn't need Wonder Woman in this movie. I think Wonder Woman was fantastic in this movie. I enjoyed watching her fight, but we didn't get any backstory at all. She was just kind of there because we need another person for the fight because they're not going to win. So I'm excited to see the Wonder Woman movie. However, I do understand that, they wanted to basically a preview of Wonder Woman through Batman v Superman, like Marvel does. But Marvel does a way better job of it. Like in Civil War, there was a reason for Spider-Man to be there. It made sense. That was how we introduced Spider-Man. But, sometimes with Thor or Captain America or any really big, even Doctor Strange and stuff, they introduced them in their own solo movie. We didn't need to have a prequel for Wonder Woman to understand that we're going to have a Wonder Woman movie. It's fine if we didn't have that. I don't understand why we did. Maybe there's a reason. I don't know. I didn't really think it was important to have her there, even though she was good. I think that's all I'm really going to talk about this film. I don't want to talk about it too long because it's just I could talk about it forever though. If you guys want to talk to me more about it, please comment or send me a message or whatever you'd like to do. I also will theoretically answer my emails, so email me if you want. Please consider subscribing; it really helps me out a lot. But I'm going to go ahead and give this movie a C-. I don't know what I gave Man of Steel, but if I had to put it in words, like in rank description, I think I generally enjoyed this more than Man of Steel because Batman, and I liked Lex Luthor a lot. I don't remember what I gave Man of Steel, but I think I also gave it a C-, but I'm not entirely sure. But that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Looking forward to the week, we have The Aviator, which is with Leonardo DiCaprio. Iron Fist Season 1, MCU, we have Foxcatcher, Foxcatcher, on Thursday for Steve Carell, and The Social Network, which is a request from my buddy Julian. So make sure you guys are staying tuned to that. Please consider subscribing, it helps me out a lot. At the time of filming this, we're at 68, I'm hoping to get 69 today. And, well, that's going to do me for today. As always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.